good morning, Mary and Frank. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, good morning, Sandy.
Good morning, Sam.
Only this last week, you guys were packing your bags, so to speak, heading over to Sydney, where the book launch took place, Kimberley, at the Crossroads. We spoke to you from there, Frank, and it was interesting because it sounded very busy, and you guys obviously were on a big mission, and listening to the outcomes of regional and national news across the country after that particular event. I can understand why. It was a big moment for you guys.
Yes, very big moment. As you know by now, that ex-Justice Wilcox launched a book opposing the LNG development at Price's Point. There were different points of why it shouldn't happen. Well, he has not approached us for a start. At the event there were key Indigenous speakers, but because the proposal is on Jabba Jabba country, we felt that we had every right being there to set the record straight.
So what did you guys actually tell him? You guys had a chance to talk to him, didn't you?
Yes. Yes, we did. Let's be clear on this. At no stage did Mr. Wilcox consult with the authorised traditional owners through this the native title process, or even attempted to contact the right people to speak for the country before compiling his booklet. We believe this is so wrong, and we wanted to tell him that.
It must have been hard, Frank. I know this, just listening to the news pieces, you were doing a lot of the talking. What was the was it scary?
It was a bit intimidating, yeah. There were a lot of media around. There were some cameras and journalists taking notes. So it was mainly newspaper and a couple of TVs, ABC and I think SBS were the only two TV stations. But certainly there were newspaper journalists there as well. One of the things earlier on, that there is an official traditional owner negotiating committee that's dealing with the proposed gas project, and that's what Mary was saying. Mr. Wilcox has put out a booklet, or wanted to launch a booklet last week, but he hadn't spoken to that group or the authorised traditional owners for that country.
How did you guys feel being there? Did you guys feel like you guys were making humbug or anything like that?
No. We didn't feel like that. We weren't making humbug at all. We were there to show that, carrying out his interests with not contacting the people. I mean, there is a process that we go through, and he has not even attempted. It looked like it was just deliberate that he chose who he wanted to represent, and how for that information to be put across like that.
Reference to the Kimberley at the Crossroads booklet launch. How important, Mary, because there were also others from the Kimberley that went down with you guys as well.
Yeah, there was, all up there was 8 of us. 7 were traditional owners, Kimberley traditional owners, 4 being Jabba Jabba, and 3 Bardi, plus our media officer. Part of this negotiations, we're negotiating a regional benefits package, so the Bardi mob was there to represent the wider community.
There was also representation there from the opposing group as well, the Goolarri group.
Yes, as I said earlier, there were key speakers to that event, but this took place inside their building, so they weren't there.
So,
sorry, Frank, I just wanted to add to that we actually stood outside the front gates. We didn't endorse the booklet. We haven't endorsed the booklet. We had a really warm welcome from the traditional owners over there. At the end of the day, the representatives who were doing the welcome to country for Mr. Wilcox withdrew, I suppose in disgust when they heard what we had to say.
Hey, so you guys just stood at that gate, eh?
So we stood at the front gate and held our little messages to Mr. Wilcox. He actually came straight up and started talking to one of our members in a very strong manner, which would be taken, could be offensive. I would have thought the way he was, towering over this community guy and just pointing the finger and all that. So, but we stood our ground, and I think we gave him, we strongly gave him that message back that you need to talk to the right people for country. We need to, or you need to be fair in all of this. If you have a process about environment, use the environment. We don't have a problem with that. But don't use and play Aboriginal people off against Aboriginal people to further your own cause. That was also a major concern for us.
Yeah. So what's going to happen in the near future in reference to this book? Do they reckon they're giving a copy to all federal MPs?
That's correct. Yeah, it was planned to be given to the federal politicians in Canberra at some point. I don't know when that'll happen, though. Mary?
But the deal got signed last week between Woodside and partners, didn't it?
Yes.
There was something to that effect. Well, folks, I couldn't have thought of a harder journey to have completed than you guys have done so, along with others of the last week. All I can say is, well done, congratulations.
Yes, and I'd just like to add to that we didn't want to go elsewhere to hang out the laundry, someone else's country, but it happened and we had to go there just to put the record straight, and we had support from the Metropolitan Land Council plus the New South Wales Native Title Services. After listening to us, they did support that we were there, and they welcome us traditionally, so we were already welcome standing outside protesting.
Hooray in Gadigal country.
Yes.
Mary Tarran, Yapru, thank you.
Thank you, Sandy.
Frank Parriman, thank you.
Thank you very much.